there, well, this is Mobility Coach Hannah here, bringing you a little 40-minute yoga flow. This is going to be a vinyasa-based yoga flow, so we're going to be moving and grooving and having a good time. A couple things that I like to remind my students before class is that I am simply the tour guide. I'm up here showing you what's going on, what to do. This is your practice just as much as it is everybody else's practice. So I want you to make sure that you are honoring your body, honoring where you're at. I'll offer some modifications if you need to modify. Please take the version of this flow that is yours to have today. Also remembering that yoga is a breathing practice first and foremost, so we want to make sure that we're focusing on our breath as much and as long as possible. Yes, it's going to happen where we lose the focus of our breath or we start thinking of other things. Something might come up while we're practicing. That is okay. That just means that you're human. Congratulations. And just do your best to bring your focus back and tune it back into the breath. Last but not least, just have fun. You know, this is supposed to be a nice movement practice to get you out of your head and into your body. Just to wake up your body, to give it some nice little love. So I want you just to give yourself a nice little hug right now. Take a nice big breath in and relax, let it go. As always, I'll link my Spotify down below and the specific playlist that I use for this class. Feel free to use your own music, or you don't even need to use any music at all. And with that, let's begin by pressing play on our playlist. We'll begin by coming into an easy seated position, or if you want to take a half lotus, you can tuck one of those feet into the hip crease, bringing your hands to your knees, either face up for receiving or face down for grounding. Go ahead and close your eyes as you just begin to relax your body. Start to breathe in through the nose, filling up deep into the belly, expanding into the chest, and slowing down the exhale. I want you to relax the space between your eyebrows, unclench your jaw. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Continue breathing in through the nose. Nice big deep inhale. Exhaling out of the mouth, letting it go. We'll start to wake up the body by bringing some movement in through the fingers, just rolling the wrists. And I want you to take a nice big inhale, bring those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Big inhale, arms rise. Exhale, let it go. One more time, big inhale, bring those arms all the way up. Go ahead and interlace those fingers and flip the palms so they're facing the sky. Just start to open up through the shoulders and lean the body to the right. Gazing under that left bicep. Keeping the sits bones grounded. Exhale, take it back to center. Start to lean over to the left here, gazing under that right bicep. And big inhale, bring it all the way up. Exhale, cactus the arms, pulling down through the elbows, bringing the chin to the sky. Exhale, round the back. Big inhale, open it up. Exhale, round the back. One more time, big inhale, open. Extending those arms out, palms face up. And we're going to exhale, bring those hands behind us. Interlace the fingers, pull the chin to the chest, and pull the arms, the fingers away from the body. Shoulders away from the ears. Just nice and easy, start to rock the neck into a nice little semicircle, bringing the chin all along the chest. Beautiful, bringing that chin all the way back to the chest once you're finished. And just start to release those fingers, hinging at the hips, walking them all the way out in front of you. So you want to keep our fingers planted into the floor so we really feel that stretch all the way down our arms and shoulders. Walk those fingers over to the right, keeping the sits bones still grounded to the floor. We want to find that stretch all down that left side body. And take it all the way over to the left. And we'll take it back to center, maybe walking those fingers a little farther this time. Just allowing the crown of the head to be pulled to the floor. Let gravity take over. And walk all the way over to that right hand side, kind of twisting the body. If you can plant the hands onto the floor, that's great. If only one plants and you want to bring your other hand over here to the outside of your knee, you can do that. I want you to imagine like your torso is a towel and you're trying to wring the towel out by twisting it as much as you can. And if you want to take this a little bit deeper, you can start to bring the chest forward, maybe coming down onto an elbow. Coming all the way back up. Big inhale, drawing those arms all the way up into the sky. Palms face each other. Drishti, or your gaze, is upwards to the ceiling. We're going to exhale, twist over towards our left-hand side, planting the palm. You can plant both of the palms on the floor, or again, bring that palm to the outside of that knee, whichever feels good. Maybe if you want to drop down a little bit onto the forearm, you can do that as well. Nice and easy. Starting to inhale those arms all the way up one more time. This time as we exhale, we're going to plant that right hand down on the floor, and we're going to take our left leg extended out to the side. As we press our hips up, we're going to turn our right leg facing the back of the mat and stacking those shoulders on top of each other. Take your drishti, your gaze, up over that left arm. A nice big inhale, reaching that arm up over the head. Nice and easy, bringing that arm all the way around for a nice big circle, starting to loosen up through those shoulders. Nice big inhale, stacking the shoulders once more, gazing up to the sky. Reaching that arm up above the head. And nice big inhale, draw your arms all the way up into the sky. From here, we're going to exhale, take that left hand down, that left leg, open up that right side body, really reaching, twisting the chest to the sky. And nice big inhale, bring those arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips, get away. Planting the palms flat on the floor. We're going to tuck those right toes, and we're going to shift the weight front to back. Keeping that left foot planted flat on the floor. You can hang out back here in that little stretch. If it feels nice, you can just continue to keep rocking. Beautiful. And from here, we're going to draw that right leg all the way in, finding our little quadruped position. Maybe you want to take some big barrel rolls with the chest, bringing the rib cage all the way around in a nice big circle like this. Maybe you want to take a little cat-cow. Maybe you want to switch directions. Coming back to your breath. As you come back to that quadruped position, engaging through the belly button and the core, we're going to extend that right leg out, planting that foot flat on the floor. We'll take a nice big inhale, draw those arms up. Exhale, planting that left palm all the way down, stacking the shoulders, gazing up towards that right arm. Extending that right arm up over your head, and then following through to make a nice big circle. Stacking those shoulders once more, gazing up over that arm. And extending above the head. Nice big inhale. Bring those arms all the way up. Gaze to the sky. Exhale, press those hips back as you bring the hands forward, spreading the fingers down, tucking those left toes, starting to shift the weight front to back. Ay, ay, ay. Hanging out in whatever position feels good, feels like you might need a little bit more of. And we're going to come all the way back, draw that right leg into our quadruped position. I'm going to go ahead and turn this way so you can see me from the side. From here, we're going to do some cat-cow. So starting at the sacrum, we really want to segment that vertebrae, one vertebrae at a time. Lifting through the vertebrae, tucking the chin to the chest. Exhale, slowly lower, one vertebrae at a time. Taking it all the way down, bringing the chin to the sky. Continuing on. Imagining that you're moving each little vertebrae. And coming back into that quadruped position. We're going to start with the left arm, bring it all the way up into the sky, and start to go backwards this time. Stacking the shoulders. Exhale, thread it underneath the body for that thread the needle. Inhale, bring that arm up. Exhale, thread it under. One more time, big inhale, open. And exhale, thread the body. Thread the needle under the body. Dropping that shoulder down. If you want to take a little bit more, you can bring that right arm up. Start to open the shoulders a little bit more. If you want a little bit more, you can start to straighten through that right leg. And if you want to add a little balance, you can start to lift that right leg up. Nice and easy, coming all the way back into that quadruped position. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Maybe shift the weight in the hips from left to right. Maybe do some cat-cows. Just inviting in some movement. Maybe you're still. Good. As we stack the hips back over the knees, drawing that right arm up to the sky. Take the arm back. Open up. that shoulder. Good, nice big inhale, stacking those shoulders. Exhale, thread the needle, bring that right arm under the body. Reach. 2 more, nice big inhale. Exhale, thread it under. One more time, big inhale. And exhale, thread it under, dropping that shoulder onto the floor. Maybe you want to extend that left arm up into the sky. Maybe you want to play and extend that left leg out. Nice and easy wherever you are, coming back into that full quadruped position. Taking a little bit of movement, whatever feels good. Maybe you want to rock the hips. Maybe you want to barrel roll, cat-cow. Maybe you even want to walk those arms out and come into a little puppy pose, keeping the hips uplifted, arms come out. Forehead can come to the floor. If you want a little bit more, tuck the chin. Nice and easy, pressing yourself back up. We're going to extend the left leg, planting the palms first. Fingers spread nice and wide. Extend the left leg back. Right leg follows into this high plank. Belly button is engaged, pressing the floor away from you. Go ahead and send those hips up, hike them up into the sky. Pressing the heels down to the floor. You're going to drop the elbows down into their sockets, imagining your shoulders are hugging your rib cage. You're going to turn those elbows in. I like to give the cue here. Imagine that your hands are on some screw top lids and you're trying to open the lids with your hands. Keep breathing into that static downward dog. And then maybe start to invite some movement here, pedaling out the feet. And we'll shift the weight into that right foot. Straightening through that right leg, bending through that left leg. Shift the weight into that left foot, bending through the right leg, straightening the left. Nice and easy, straightening back through those feet, pressing the weight into the heels. We'll shift the weight into that left foot, right toes rise, keeping the hips square with the floor. Go ahead and wiggle the toes, roll the ankle. Both directions, just feeling that foot. Bend the knees, stack the hips. And then we'll square out the hips once more with the floor. As we exhale, bring that leg under the body. Inhale, lift. Exhale as we bring that leg under the body again, replacing that right hand with that right foot. We're going to bring that right arm all the way up. Hello, wind. Exhale, nice and gently planting that right palm down into the inside of that right foot. So we're here in this little modified lizard pose. If you want to drop down onto the forearms, you can. Trying to keep that back leg uplifted just for now. Whether you're up here, maybe drop one arm down, finding your modification for a few breaths here. And then gently dropping that back knee down and then tucking those toes. You can readjust. You can stay up on your arms. You can come down to your forearms, whatever you need. Sometimes I like to indulge by pressing that right knee away from my body, maybe even taking the hand to assist it a little bit, getting a little bit farther out, feeling that inner hip stretch, maybe coming onto the outer blade of your foot. Go ahead and
Stack that knee back over the ankle and press back into the palms. So we really want to make sure that that front leg is at about a 90-degree angle. And we're going to exhale, press those legs all the way back. Those hips back, legs straighten. Making sure that left hip stays stacked over top of that left knee. If you want to frame that foot, you can bring that right hand to the outside of that right leg. Trying to keep the chest uplifted. We don't really just want to hunch all the way over. We want to stay up nice and tall. Go ahead and flex that foot. Bring it in close to you. And nice and easy, we're going to shift our weight back forward into that right foot. Now again, we want to think about 90 degrees in that front leg. We want that back leg pretty far behind us. We want about a 45-degree angle here. We're going to brace through the core. Nice big inhale, bring those arms all the way up into that Anjaneyasana low lunge. Shoulders dropped away from the ears. Woo, palms face each other and just drishti. Bring your drishti or your gaze up. Exhale, take it all the way back one more time. Stacking that left hip over that left knee. Pulling those fingers in the chest forward. Maybe if you want a little more, you can bring that left hand to the outside of that right leg. Bring it all the way forward. Frame that right foot with your hands. Tuck those back left toes. And we'll lift back up onto the feet. Lift the knee up so we're now onto the feet. We're going to shift the weight forward and float that left leg up. Keeping the hips still square with the floor. Nice and easy. We're going to set it down into about a hip distance stance. Drop the crown of the head to the floor. Just really feeling those hamstrings start to light up. You can find a little sway. Maybe take opposite elbows here. Go ahead and shake your head yes. Saying yes to all the things that serve us. Go ahead and shake your head no. Saying no to all the things that don't. Nice big inhale. Find that half lift. And exhale, fold. We'll take a little twist. Bring that right hand across the body in front of that left foot. Twist that left arm up. Exhale, let it go. Give yourself a big hug. Take opposite elbows. Maybe just let your hands fall to the floor. Nice big inhale, roll yourself up into that half lift. Flattening through the back. Exhale, twist. Bringing that left hand across the body in front of that right arm. Bring that right arm goes up to the sky. And exhale, take it back to center. Drop those hips. Slowly roll one vertebrae at a time. Bring yourself all the way up to standing position. Palms face forward. Belly button drawn in and up. Lip lifting through the chest and the crown of the head. Slight soft bend in the knees. As you just breathe, close the eyes, come back to center, find your breath. Nice big inhale, bring those arms all the way up. And exhale, swan dive, fold it forward. Plant those palms, step the left foot back, followed by the right, high plank. Keep the belly button drawn in, press the floor away from you. Nice and easy, shift the weight forward, chaturanga. Nice big inhale up into our first full cobra. Untucking the toes, press the chest forward, opening up through the shoulders, bring the chin to the sky. Exhale, send your hips all the way up high. Dropping those heels down to the floor. Shift the weight into that right foot. Float those left toes up nice and high. Wiggle the toes, roll the ankle. Bend the knees, stack the hips. Squaring out the hips once more, pressing that right heel towards the floor. Exhale, bring that left leg under the body. One more big inhale, bring that left leg up. And as we exhale this time, we're going to step it all the way through, replacing that left hand with that left foot, drawing that left arm all the way up into the sky. And exhale, bring that left palm down to the inside of that foot for your little lizard pose here. Go ahead and draw those elbows down to the floor if it feels good. Still working on keeping that back right leg up just for a moment. And feel free to adjust by dropping yourself down. Coming into your modification, your variation of this lizard pose. Maybe again, you're indulging through that left knee by pressing it outwards, coming onto the outer blade of the foot. Nice and easy. Go ahead and plant that foot. Stack that knee, coming all the way back into palms on the floor. We're going to exhale, press those hips all the way back. Watch that left hip, keep it stacked over top of that, right hip. Watch the right hip, keep it stacked over top of the right knee. As you pull that right leg, left toes, oh my gosh, my directions. Pull your left toes in towards your body, maybe framing that foot for a second here. Chest is uplifted. Watch that hip. Pull yourself forward. Nice big inhale, draw yourself all the way in. Remember, we want about a 90-degree bend in our front leg and 45 in the back. So we want to make sure that back leg's pretty far behind us. Nice big inhale, bring those arms all the way up. Drishti, your gaze goes all the way up to the sky here. And exhale, press those hips all the way back one more time. Folding forward, watch that right hip. Maybe you bring that right hand to the outside of that leg to find a little twist. Nice and easy, bring it all the way back in. Planting those palms. We're going to tuck those right toes and lift up that back right leg. As we float that right leg up, you can adjust your hands as needed, maybe bring them to the outside. And nice and easy, we're going to step that right foot nice and wide. So now our feet are pretty much as wide as the mat, and we're going to turn the toes out 45 degrees. Nice and easy, drop the hips down low, keep the chest uplifted for a little malasana. Palms come together, use the elbows to press the knees open as you lift up through the chest. Imagine you have a string pulling you from the crown of your head, and you're going to come all the way uplifted. I have a nail that's like half broken, and it's killing me. Bring those right fingertips down to the floor. Open up that left arm to the sky. Take it back to center, palms together. Chest uplifted. Left fingers to the floor, right arms up to the sky. Bring it all the way back to center. We're going to bring both of those fingers down to the floor and start to straighten through the hips, toes turn forward. Find that wide leg forward fold. You can plant the palms. You can walk them back behind you. You can take opposite elbows. Just pull yourself down. Maybe shaking your head, maybe finding a little circle. Maybe shaking your head, yes. Shaking your head, no. Whatever you need. Nice big inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold all the way down. You're going to drop those hips and slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll yourself up. Big inhale, arms rise. So that right hand is going to take the left wrist. We're going to step that left foot behind the right foot. Open up that side body one more time. Gazing underneath that left arm. As you release the arms, start to hinge yourself forward. Finding a little half lift with the chest. You can stay right here, or if you want to play a little bit, we'll start to lift through that back left leg, finding a little warrior three. Your hands can stay down by your sides. They can come together at your heart center, or for the full expression of the pose, go ahead and reach those hands out forward. And it's okay if you wobble. Remember, I love to teach that if you wobble and you fall out of this pose safely, of course, we are teaching our brains how to do it. So by falling, we're teaching our brains what not to do. Go ahead and plant those fingertips down to the floor. Hinge at the hips, finding a little standing split. Slowly drop that left foot down so the arch of the back foot is bisecting the heel of the front foot. We want to take that left hip and we're going to turn it forward. My goodness. Yeah, this feels so lovely. So we're in our pyramid pose here. Nice and easy. Go ahead and shift that weight back to that right leg, floating that left leg up. We're going to take a little half moon. So we're going to stack that left hip on top of the right. And then you're going to take that left hand, if you want, and start to bring it up. If you want to just play around with your balance, you can stay fingers close to the floor. If you want to have a little bit more, you can start to shift your gaze up towards that left hand, towards the sky. If you want to play a little bit more, you can release that right hand up off of the floor. Remember, falling out of the pose safely is okay. Exhale, go ahead and shift your weight. Bringing both the fingertips back to the floor. Twisting that left hip down. So we're facing the floor, and nice exhale, sending that left foot out to a nice wide leg forward fold. Just taking whatever movement, whatever position you feel good in right now in this moment. Flies are going crazy today, you guys. Nice big inhale. Find a flat back. Exhale, we're going to shift that weight over to that left foot. Float those right legs all the way up. Nice and easy. We're going to start to float those fingertips up for our warrior three. So you can bring the hands together. You can bring them down to your sides. Or for the full expression of the pose, arms go out in front of you. You might find that one side is going to be easier than the other. You might find that you're more balanced today on one side than the other. That is totally okay. The goal is to honor our body wherever we're at. It's always changing. Remember, it's a yoga practice, not a yoga perfect. Nice and easy. Go ahead and set those fingertips down to the floor. Find that standing split. Remember, keeping a slight little bend in that left leg. We don't want to hyperextend anything. We're going to drop that back heel down. So our back foot, our right foot is bisecting, the arch of the back foot is bisecting the heel of the front foot. We're going to take that right hip, And we're gonna twist it towards the front of our mat. Woohoo! You feel those hips and hamstrings and hip flexors light on up. Nice and easy. We're going to float those right legs back up, finding our half moon. So go ahead and stack that right hip over top of the left so they're nice and open. So you can keep the fingers down. You can play with bringing one arm up, stacking the shoulders, maybe shifting the gaze up to the sky, up to that right arm. If you want to play around a little bit with balance, lifting that left arm up off of the floor. Ooh, my left side balance today is questionable. Nice and easy. Go ahead and draw that right fingertip down, squaring that right hip out with the floor. We're going to step that right foot all the way back behind that left foot now. Slowly roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Left hand takes that right wrist. Open up that side body as you lean to the left. Step that right foot nice and wide, leg forward fold one more time. Big inhale, arms rise. Palms together, exhale. Take those hands down to the heart center. Close your eyes and just breathe. Slight little bend in those knees. Belly button into the spine and up into the rib cage. Nice big inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Fold it all the way down. Big inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant those palms. We're going to step it back, left foot followed by the right for another high plank. So we're going to drop those heels down to the left-hand side, stack those shoulders. If you need to modify this, go ahead and bring that left leg down to the floor to find your little side plank here. If you want to make this a little bit more challenging, you can stack those feet. Just make sure that that left shoulder is stacked over top of that wrist. And if you want to step all the way back into that wild thing by bringing that right foot behind the body, pressing the hips up, you can do that. As you come all the way into a full three-legged dog, we're going to turn that left foot facing the front of the mat. Hands come to the floor, right leg lifted nice and high, dropping those shoulders down, hugging the rib cage, twisting your cans open. And we'll take that right foot now, send it back behind the left. Another little hip twist here. Good job unraveling those feet back into a full downward facing dog. Roll the heels up. Find it all the way flowing up through to that high plank. Drop those heels down to the right. Find that side plank here on the right-hand side. Again, modify. Make it a little easier by dropping that right leg down. Making it a little bit more challenging by stacking those feet. And wherever you are, if you want to step that left foot all the way back behind you, pressing up through the hips for that wild thing, you can do that. As we float our left leg up, twisting back into that three-legged dog. So we'll twist that right foot facing the front of the mat. Drop that left foot down behind the right foot. Shoulders hugging the rib cage, twisting those elbows. Hips are nice and high. Beautiful. Stepping back into that downward facing dog. Maybe widening the feet just a little bit. And if you want to drop down onto those elbows, finding a little dolphin pose. Keep breathing as we gently drop those knees all the way out to the outer edges of the mat. Untuck the toes, coming into our full child's pose. Pressing the hips back, elongating through those arms, planting the fingers down into the floor. Nice and easy. We're going to pull our chest forward, finding a little baby cobra. So untucking those feet, toes, flat to the floor, elbows come down. So we want to make sure our elbows are underneath, stacked right underneath the shoulders. Coming into our little Sphinx pose. I'm sorry, we're going to do Sphinx pose before our baby cobra. So we're going to tuck those toes behind us, lift up through the chin, big inhale. Exhale, take your gaze over that left shoulder. Nice big inhale, bring the chin up to the sky. Exhale, gaze over that right shoulder. And one more time, big inhale, bring those chins all the way up. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the floor. Extend those arms out, tenting through the fingertips. We're going to bring the right cheek to the floor, bend through that left leg, and take that left leg all the way back behind you. You can bring it all the way to the floor. That's lovely. Opening up through that low back. If you want a little bit more in the shoulders, go ahead and bring that left arm all the way up behind you. Start to open up. You should feel that right shoulder, the shoulder that's on the floor, really starting to stretch and open up here. Good, nice and easy wherever you are, coming all the way back. Belly to the floor in our face down position. Switch that left cheek down to the mat. Tenting through those fingertips. That right leg is going to bend, and you're going to bring that right foot all the way back behind the body. Nice big inhale. You want to bring that right arm back. Trying to open up that left shoulder a little bit. Coming all the way back to center. Finding your little baby cobra now. So we're going to plant those palms underneath the shoulders, and nice and easy, just starting to peel up the chest from the floor. Exhale, slowly lower. One more time, we're going to press it all the way up into that little baby cobra. And exhale, let it go. Releasing the body. We're going to bend through that left leg, and you can take that left hand, maybe reach back for those toes if you've got it. If not, just focus on bending through the leg and reaching that arm back. If you've got a vine, feel free to take it. I want you to focus on bringing the heel to the outside of the glute here. Exhale, release, relax. And we'll switch sides. Take that right hand, right foot. If you've got a bind, feel free to take the bind. Bringing that right heel to the outside of that right foot. I'm sorry, right heel to the outside of the right glute. Nice and easy. Go ahead and relax. We're going to peel the chest up from the floor. We're going to bend through both of those legs. If you've got a bind, feel free to take the bind with both of those legs. And if you want a little bit more, go ahead and press the chest up, kicking the feet into the hands for a little upward facing bow. Start to breathe. And exhale, release all the way back down. Oh, releasing those legs, stacking one hand on top of the other, finding a cheek to rest on, and just gently rocking those hips left to right. Beautiful as we press those palms back to the floor. Tucking those toes. Nice big inhale. Brace through the core. Exhale, press yourself all the way up to a high plank. Find that downward facing dog. Shift the weight to that left hand side. Float those right toes high. Bend the knees, stack the hips. One more time as we open it up. Squaring out the hips with the floor, pointing through the toes, big, long, straight, three-legged dog here. Exhale, bring the leg under the body. One more time, big inhale, float it up. And this time we're going to come into our pigeon pose. As we exhale, bring that right leg under the body. Now with our pigeon, we're untucking that left toe. And with this one, so we want to start with our leg kind of close to our body. That means if you're, and we want to make sure that that left hip is facing forward, okay? If you have a little bit more range of motion, you can start to walk that right leg more parallel to the front of the mat. Because remember, a pigeon is a split prep, a modified split. So eventually you want to imagine that that leg is all the way out in front of you. Go ahead and walk it down. Nice and easy. Start to press yourself back up. We're going to ground down through that right sits bones, knee, and ankle, and we're going to sweep that left leg all the way out to the side here. Left toes are flexed. Right leg is drawn into the body. We're going to bring that left hand across the body, reach that right arm up and over. The goal is to make sure our chest is uplifted to the sky.
an inhale, chin, chest high. Exhale, open up through that right leg. Ooh, toes are flexed. We're gonna bring our hands behind us and just scoot those hips forward. So we really wanna focus on opening up through the hips. Fingertips can stay tented right behind you as you push the chest forward. Nice and easy. We're gonna bring that chest up. Draw that left leg in towards the body. Right hand reaches across. Left arm comes up and over as we face our chest to the sky. Bringing ourselves all the way back up. We're going to draw that right leg all the way back behind us for a little pigeon pose here. Again, finding your proper position. If you have a little bit less flexibility, that leg's going to be closer to the body, and you're focusing on bringing that right hip, rolling it towards the floor. If you got a little bit more flexibility, more range of motion, walk that shin so that it's a little bit more parallel to the front of the mat. You can bring yourself all the way down. Nice and easy. When you feel ready, we're going to press our fingertips back into the floor, bring our chest all the way up, lifted. Ground down through that left sits, bones, knee, and ankle. And we're going to sweep that right leg all the way out in front of us. Soles of the feet are going to come together as you pull the legs into the body. Whew, I like to grab my ankles here and lift up through my chest. And then exhale, slowly starting to bring my chest down. Nice and easy, pressing yourself all the way up, bringing those hands behind you. We're going to bring the soles of the feet to the outer edges of the mat and just start to drop those knees down to the left-hand side. Taking those knees all the way over to the right-hand side. Coming back to the left one more time.
and taking it back to the right. As we come back to center, we're going to slowly find ourselves lying on the mat. Feet stay nice and wide, and we're going to push those knees in together. If you need to walk the feet out a little bit farther to feel a little bit of stretch on the inner thighs and the inner hips. Go ahead and extend through that left leg. Bring the right leg into the body for a nice big hug. Roll the ankle. Maybe twist by bringing that right leg across the body, extending that right arm out. Bringing yourself back to center, drawing both the knees into the chest, giving yourself a big hug. Extending that right leg out. Ooh, bring that left knee into the chest. Maybe twisting by bringing that left leg across the body. As you come all the way back to the center, bringing both the knees into the chest one more time for a nice little hug. Pull that forehead to the knees. And exhale, release all the way down for that final resting pose of Shavasana. You can bring the hands down beside the body, maybe bring the left hand to the chest, right hand to the belly, as you just focus on your breath for the next few minutes. Nice and easy, starting to find a little bit of movement through your body, wiggling the fingers and toes, rolling the wrists and ankles, just slowly waking yourself back up. As you take a nice big inhale, drawing those arms high above the head for one final stretch from the fingers all the way down to the toes. Before you exhale, melting completely into the mat, letting it go. One at a time, draw those knees into the chest and roll to the left or right side, whatever's calling to you today. As you take one moment here in this little fetal position. Before pressing yourself all the way up Finding a nice little seated position.
We're going to take a few breaths together, just like we began. Big inhale, arms rise. And exhale, let it go. Big inhale, arms rise. Exhale, release. And one more nice big inhale, bringing those arms all the way up, palms together, taking those thumbs down as we exhale to the third eye. Holding here, taking a moment to honor the power of our thoughts. Bringing those thumbs to our chins, taking a moment here to honor the power of our words. And finally, bringing the hands to heart center, taking one more moment here to honor the power of our actions, of our energies, and our beings. I want to thank you all so much for joining me, showing up for yourselves and honoring your practice and your body. I'm sure it thanks you for it. And I thank you for being here, allowing me to guide you and share this practice with you. Sending you off on the rest of your days and adventures with lots of love, light, and positivity. Until the next time, namaste. Bye.